Good morning, myself Dr. Pawan Bhambhu. Today's topic file handling. What is file? First of all, we have to see what is file. A file is a logical representation on secondary storage device in which we are writing a data in electronic form 0101 and 01 for using it for further purpose after shutting down the system and restarting it, rebooting it. When the information is large, we use files. The files are of two types, text file and a binary file. Text file uses ASCII codes, whereas binary files uses non-ASCII codes such as examples audio, video, pictures and so on. We can see the characteristics or features of a file. A file has a name, a file has a type, .text, PDF and so on. A file has a owner who has created it. A file has a date, time when it was created. A file has a read, write, execute permissions, and finally file has a size. What is file handling? We have read about the file. What is file? Then we have to read and write, perform various operations on a file. That is defined as a file handling. We can see there are different steps for file handling: opening a file, reading a file, writing a file, and closing a file. Most of the time we are doing a single operation, reading or writing. We can see end of file, that is a constant that is defined in stdio.h. Next, we will be seeing a practical example of reading and writing a file through a program. We can see at the left hand side that is writing a file, and the right hand side that is reading a file. We will see first of all writing a file. The include section we have included stdio.h and a string.h. String.h is having all of the string functions that we will be used to take string as input from the user and to output. We will see it in the main function. A file, that is in capital letter, that is a data type that is used for declaring a file pointer in which the address of the file that we are writing will be saved. That is defined, this file data type is defined in stdio.h. We will be taking a data that is of type character that is having a 50 size, means it is in a string. A user can enter 50 characters string at a time. Fine. Next we will be giving an message to the user that open the file DA in write mode. Opening a file, this is in write mode. We will be opening the first step of file handling, fopen. The function is defined in stdio.h. fopen opens a file test.c in which mode? Write mode, and returns the result, the address in the file pointer. Means using this file pointer we will be performing all write operation on this file. If this file pointer is null, we will say the file can't be opened. Otherwise we will be giving a message to the user, enter any of the information that you want to write in the file. The user will enter, and that entered information will be stored in the variable data. How? We will be using gets in place of scanf to take input from the user in form of string, and this gets function is very simple to use. It is having no formatting formats, specific formats like scanf and so on, and it is defined in stdio.h. After taking string as input, we will be calculating its length, strlen, a predefined function. Again it is in this is in string.h. If the user has entered any string, the length will be greater than 0, and the length will be greater than 0, then the loop condition will be true, and we will be writing the information in the file. For writing the information in the file, we will be using a fputs function that is defined in stdio.h again. The fput says that write this string that is in data variable in the file that whose address is in file pointer. Then next step we will be leaving a line. This process goes on until the user enters information. After that, if the user want to finally close the file, he will hit enter, and the string length will be 0. The loop condition will be false. We will coming out, closing the file, and the program is over. We have written a file. How we will be reading this file that has been written? We will be reading in the next program that is on right hand side. We can see that we have included stdio.h in include section. The same process goes on in main. We have taken a file pointer, a data to take input as a string. Again we have giving the message to the user. Again we are opening a file. This time we are opening a file in read mode. Previously we have written opening the file in write mode. This is the main difference. And again the address is stored in file pointer. If the file pointer is null, we will say the file can't be opened. Otherwise, we will be reading the file and printing it on the screen to the user. How? Taking help of the loop. Again, we will fgets means to get the string from the file, in which in data variable. How many characters? 50 at a time. From which file? The address that is stored in file pointer. Whose address? test.c. This process goes on till we reach the end of file. The fetch data will be printed on the screen by using printf %s for string. The data is a variable in which the string is present. After we have reached the end of file, the pointer will be returning a null value to the fgets, and the loop's condition become false, and the loop will be broken, and we will be closing the file. Hence, we have read the file also. This was reading and writing a file. Next is the various modes in which we can open a file. That is read mode, write mode. A is an append mode. R plus is read and write mode. W plus is write and read mode. A plus is an append and read mode. Finally, the exercise. Some of the questions they are having the answer in presentation as well as in my assignment sheet and in solution sheet. And you can revert back to me also for any of the problems. Thank you.